بسم الآب والابن والروح القدس الإله الواحد آمين.
Blessed Feast of the Cross, everyone. Today we celebrate the third day of the Feast of the Cross. And as you know, we celebrate the Feast of the Cross twice in a year. We celebrate it in March and in September. We find, that the cross, how Christ was determined not to die any other way except on the cross. They tried to kill him more than once. There is one time they told him, "Get out and depart from here, for Herod wants to kill you." And another time, when he said, "I am in my Father, my Father are one," then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. And so more than once they tried to kill him, but the Lord was determined that he insist to die on the cross. And the reason for this, many reasons, but we'll just take two of them for now. But one of them is all the prophecies in the Old Testament was about how he's going to die. And when we fell, Adam and us fell into sin, the land was cursed, and cursed is the ground for your sake. And because the ground was cursed, then the only way that we can be restored is someone to carry this curse, and was known anyone that dies on the cross is a curse. Cursed is everyone who hangs on a tree. So this is the main reason Christ died on the cross, so he can carry this curse on our behalf and die. And this way he can also lift us. The other reason, which is important as well, is to lift us from the earthly thinking and desires and world to heaven. And he said that, "And if I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself." This said, signifying by what death he would die. So he died, lifted up from earth, opened his arms to everyone. He will never turn anyone away. Any sin, any deed that was not pleasing to God, he showed us that his arms are open on the cross for us to come back anytime. And this way he can, lift us from this earthly filth that sometimes we live in, as it says in the Psalms, and lifts the needy out of the ash heap. So the Feast of the Cross is not just something that we remember, and it's the rites of the church, but the church wanted to show us the power of the cross, that it can change every one of us, it change our life and become pure again. And what's beautiful about the cross, that Christ himself is the one looking for us, the one he is coming to save us. It is not us that we are seeking the Lord. He is the one is coming to find us again. And if we see in that he is looking for us, and he wanted to restore us. And if you see in the first day of the cross, when we do the procession, we hymn and say, "Through his cross and his holy resurrection, he restored man once again to the paradise." And that's why we honor the sign of the cross. And it's not just something beautiful that we're holding in our hand or wearing around our necks, and it's gold and it's platinum and all this. It's for the real meaning of the cross. Of course, it's good to do all of what I said. It's something to remember. But in order to benefit from the cross, first, I have to have this faith that the cross is powerful and can strengthen my faith as well. Even if my faith is weak, just to remember that the cross's power can change and help my faith, as long as I have this faith. And also, when I do the sign of the cross, I mean it. It is not just something to do out of routine. So we have to, sometimes also we have to look at the cross. Many of us sometimes we look at the cross as it's a sad thing, and many of us say it's my cross and I have to carry it. Maybe it is. Sometimes we go through tribulations and trials and it's something difficult, But the sadness or the heavy burden that we carry sometimes with the cross, it comes with a sweet aroma. It is different than the sadness that the people in the world experience, that crush the person and push him into despair. But this cross, when we go through something, it's almost like someone, imagine you're studying for a career of some sort, and it's difficult. It's staying late, traveling, and do so much in order to accomplish that. It is tiring, but it is not sad. It is not sadness, because one day I will accomplish what I was trying to get, and this is by itself as a reward. And in order to make sure that the cross is joy, we even say it in the hymns, "Hail to the cross, the joy of the Christians." So we cannot just stop at remembering that the cross is something sad and I'm carrying my cross. Remember, it's a joy, and it becomes much lighter if I understand that this is not something God is punishing me with. So the Lord Christ was saying, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame. So even Christ himself, he was looking at what he has to go through out of the torture and the pain of the cross, but he was looking at the joy that he's going to accomplish and despise that shame. So if each one remember that I have a goal in mind to make it to heaven, if I have, then the load will be much less. And as I said earlier, yes, we might be sorrowful, as St. Paul is saying, as sorrowful yet rejoicing. So I have to train myself that even if I'm carrying the cross, I have to carry it with joy, in order for me to actually have, communion with the Lord. And the more I thank God for what I go through, the more it becomes understandable God's wisdom for this. So every time I'm going through a trial or tribulation, I have to look for where is God's wisdom in this, and I will never discover his wisdom unless I'm thankful. So in order to carry my cross, as the Lord was saying, carry your cross and follow me. So first thing is I have to say no to the sin. This is the true meaning of carrying my cross. So the sin comes to me and I refuse it. And as St. Peter was saying, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul. So I have to, struggle and say no to the sin in every way possible. I have to be serious about it. As St. Paul was saying, you have not yet resisted to bloodshed, striving against sin. So the best thing that, when I carry the cross, that I offer love, I offer sacrifice, I offer unconditional love, which is very difficult to do, but it is the right thing to do. And that's why the Lord was saying, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. He gave all his best. He gave all what he can do, and which is all his best. So this is what we have to do, that we forgive people, we have to love people unconditionally, and this way I can carry the cross. And another thing with carrying the cross, I forgive others. If I'm going, to be able to carry the cross and follow Christ, I have to forgive others, and I have to learn how to forgive, because the cross has obedience in it. We find that the Lord obeyed, as it says in the Gospel, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even to the death of the cross. So hopefully, maybe God give us the understanding, give us the faith of the cross, so we can celebrate it and understand it just more than something we are wearing or something we are holding. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen.